What happens when a family's immense fortune becomes a battleground? It's not just about money. It's about secrets, lies, and betrayals that can tear a dynasty apart. Today, we are rediving into some of the most shocking legal battles over wealth that expose the skeletons and rattling in the closets of the super-rich. From hidden heirs to scandalous affairs, these stories are straight out of a Hollywood movie, but they are all too real. Let's start with a story that reads like a modern-day fairy tale gone wrong. When a beloved billionaire passed away, his family thought the division of his empire would be straightforward. They were wrong. A woman emerged from the shadows, claiming to be his long-lost daughter, born from a secret affair decades earlier. The family, of course, dismissed her as an opportunist. They launched a full-scale legal assault, using their vast resources to try and discredit her. But she had proof: old letters, photographs, and most damning of all, a DNA test that confirmed her claim. The court case became a public spectacle. The media couldn't get enough of it. The family's carefully crafted image of unity and respectability shattered. Suddenly, the patriarch wasn't just a brilliant businessman. He was a man who had lived a double life. The legal battle dragged on for years, costing millions in fees and unquantifiable damage to their reputation. In the end, the court sided with the daughter, awarding her a significant portion of the inheritance. But the real cost was the family itself, which was left fractured and forever changed. The public learned that behind the gilded gates, this perfect family was just as messy and human as anyone else. This story teaches us a powerful lesson. Secrets have a way of coming out, especially when there are billions of dollars on the line. The pursuit of truth, or perhaps the pursuit of wealth, can unravel even the most carefully woven lies. Now let's turn to a case that involves not just one secret, but a whole web of them. This tale is about two brothers, heirs to a global shipping fortune. On the surface, they were the best of friends, working side by side to expand their father's legacy. But when their father died without a clear will, the gloves came off. The older brother claimed their father had verbally promised him a larger share, citing his years of dedication. The younger brother called foul, insisting on an equal split. As the lawsuit progressed, shocking details began to surface. It turned out the older brother had been secretly siphoning money from the company for years, funding a lavish lifestyle that included private jets and exotic properties his family knew nothing about. He had created a complex network of shell corporations to hide his tracks. The younger brother, feeling betrayed, retaliated with his own bombshell. He revealed that the older brother had a secret second family in another country, a fact that would have surely disappointed their conservative father. The courtroom became a theater of personal attacks. Each brother tried to paint the other as greedy, untrustworthy, and morally bankrupt. Their lawyers dug up every piece of dirt they could find. The family's dirty laundry wasn't just aired, it was broadcast to the entire world. Colleagues, friends, and even distant relatives were forced to take sides. The business they had built together began to suffer as clients and partners grew wary of the instability. Ultimately, the judge, tired of the endless back and forth, ordered a court-appointed mediator to divide the assets. The brothers walked away with their fortunes, but they lost something far more valuable: each other. They never spoke again. Their story is a tragic reminder that greed can sever the strongest of bonds, and that no amount of money can buy back trust or family. These legal battles also highlight how different family members can have wildly different perceptions of reality. Consider the case of a famous artist whose paintings were worth hundreds of millions. After her death, her children discovered a second secret will. The first will divided her estate equally among them. But the second, written just months before her death, left everything to just one child, the one who had been her primary caregiver in her final years. The other siblings were outraged. They sued, claiming their sibling had exerted undue influence over their frail and aging mother. They argued she had isolated their mother, manipulated her, and coerced her into changing the will. The caregiver, however, saw things very differently. She claimed her siblings had been neglectful, rarely visiting or calling. She argued that she was the only one who truly cared for their mother's well-being, and that their mother had changed. The will is a gesture of gratitude and love. The trial was heartbreaking. Private family emails and voicemails were read aloud in court. Each side presented a narrative of the family's final years. Was the caregiver a selfless saint or a cunning manipulator? Were the other siblings concerned children or greedy heirs? The truth was likely somewhere in between. The court had to piece together a puzzle from conflicting testimonies and fading memories. In this case, the court eventually invalidated the second will, finding evidence that the mother may not have been of sound mind when she signed it. The estate was divided equally, but the emotional damage was done. The siblings' relationship was destroyed, poisoned by suspicion and resentment. It shows that inheritance disputes aren't just about money. They're often about love, recognition, and perceived fairness. Each child wanted to feel that their mother loved them the most, and the will became the ultimate symbol of that love. So what can we learn from these dramatic family sagas? First, clear and open communication is everything. Many of these disputes could have been avoided with a well-drafted will and honest conversations while everyone was still alive. Hiding assets, relationships, or intentions is a recipe for disaster. Second, wealth can amplify existing family tensions. Small disagreements can escalate into a loud war when there are millions or billions at stake. It forces people to confront their values and decide what's more important, money or relationships. And finally, these stories reveal a universal human truth. No matter how rich or powerful, families are complex. They are filled with love, but also with rivalry, jealousy, and secrets. The courtroom simply provides a stage where these hidden dramas are forced into the light for all to see. The legal battle becomes the final act in a long-running family play. These cases are more than just gossip. They're cautionary tales that remind us of the destructive power of greed and secrecy. They show that a family's true wealth lies not in its bank accounts, but in its bonds of trust and love. Once those are broken, no amount of money can ever truly repair them. Thanks for watching. If you found these stories as fascinating as I did, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden world of the wealthy. Let me know in the comments which case you found the most shocking. See you next time.